Hey boys and girls, welcome to another super exciting outrageous toy review. Today, we're taking a look at some Power Rangers I recently picked up. I was at the TooManyGames run convention called Gifts for Gamers, where you had the opportunity to buy awesome Christmas presents for all the video game people in your life, and I happen to find some cool Power Ranger action figures. Here you can see the original Mighty Morphin lineup. These figures are from the early 2000s. I think they came out around the same time as Power Rangers Samurai. I remember seeing them in the stores and really liking them, but passing on them, I think because I couldn't find all the Rangers in the store at the same time, and I didn't want to jump into the line if I couldn't get the full team. Here we've got the Red Ranger. These are similar to the figures we get now from Bandai, but they're slightly better articulated, slightly smaller, but slightly more disproportionate, I feel like. His head looks kind of tiny for it being a helmet, but his biceps are really big. So you can see he's got articulation at the shoulders, at the elbows, his wrists swivel, he's got hip joints and knee joints, and boot swivels. So maybe they are pretty much exactly the same articulation as we get on the current figures. He's got a all-black power sword as well as a black blade blaster in blaster mode. Here's Zack the Black Ranger with his power axe, very similar to the Red Ranger figure. I believe he came with a blaster as well, but I didn't get it buying these secondhand. And here's Kimberly the Pink Ranger. Her skirt obviously limits her articulation considerably, which is kind of unfortunate. She has an all-black power bow there, no arrow accessory, and they have very long, slender sort of hands, but they hold their accessories just fine. Here's Billy the Blue Ranger. His power lance seems a little bit skinny, and obviously this one got warped over the years in storage or whatever. But he's a nice figure as well, and again, I don't have his blaster. And the last of the basic Rangers, I have Trini here. She only came with one power dagger, unfortunately. But she has the same articulation in her hips that the boys do, because she doesn't wear the skirt. To round out the team, I got both versions of Tommy. Here's Tommy the White Ranger. Again, you can see how he's got such large hands that are sort of in a limp pose. Not really a gripping pose and not really a fist. He has Saba there that pegs into his side, but is removable. He's got some nice metallic paint on his belt and armor. All the Rangers feature this weird keyhole type thing on their back. I don't know if they pegged into a vehicle or I'm not sure what that's about. And of course we've got Tommy here in his Green Ranger armor, my favorite costume for Tommy. The armor on the Green Ranger hinders his articulation considerably, but he does look nice. He comes with an all-black dragon dagger, but it looks pretty good. I picked up 3 putties. This is crazy. I love getting to army build these guys, and they were one of the reasons why I was excited about this line when I saw it at retail. Because to get a basic putty figure, for some reason, is hard to do. These figures originally came with some unpainted black accessories for the Power Rangers, like all their weapons attached in one version to be the Power Blaster, and I think they came with the Blade Blaster as the Thunder Slinger version, where they plug in the thing on the back to blow up the Super Putties. I love that they have these really large rock hands, and they have the same kind of articulation as the Rangers, which is really nice. Next up, we've got Goldar, and I did actually already have this figure. He comes with his sword, and he has his wings. They clip onto his back. They stay on pretty nicely, though. His articulation is terrible because of these giant shoulder pads. His arms are basically useless, and his legs are basically useless, which I find very disappointing considering, you know, how much time he spends fighting the Red and White Rangers. I wish he could be posed a little bit more. Next up, I've got Rita. Rangers, I will destroy you! This is pretty much the only Rita figure we have besides the modern movie version. And she's not a bad figure. She's not perfect. Again, something that really kind of excited me about this line, getting these characters that we never had. Look at how skinny her arms are, though. It's kind of crazy. I do think it's funny that she has high heels underneath her dress there, even though you can't move or pose her legs at all. Next up, we've got Lord Zedd. And for being a main bad guy that really didn't fight the Rangers much, other than like one fight with Tommy, Lord Zedd has had a lot of action figures, and a lot of times the main villain like Rita doesn't get an action figure. This guy looks pretty good. His silver staff is black, as they kind of cheaped out with a lot of the accessories, but his paint otherwise looks pretty good. This figure's joints are real floppy, but I don't know if that was a problem with all of them or just this used figure. His back is really plain looking, missing all the paint apps. Oh, yes. We will get you, Power Rangers. And last but not least, the weirdest pack in this line, Alpha and Zordon. This Alpha figure is awesome. He's better than the one that comes with the Power Dome, I think. He's just got such really good detailing, really great posing. I love his big chunky feet. He just looks good. He looks like Alpha. Ay, 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 ay. And Zordon is so weird. He's so tiny. He's so white. I mean, Zordon was really blue in the show. They should have tinted this bubble blue somehow. And his head's just sort of sitting on a funnel in there. But they're awesome. I'm so glad I got a chance to pick them up. Thanks for watching this SEO Toy review. Make sure to like, subscribe, and check out our other videos.